using my yellow counters, I have made this array. Nick's got the same array made on his desk. So does Kylie. What equation does this array represent? What equation goes with this array? Think about rows and columns. How many rows does it have? How many columns does it have? Get your counters on your hand. Mason, you're going to lose your counters if you don't start participating correctly. You need to have this array in yellow made. Nick, what equation matches this array? We need an equation. Something times something. Bria, you think you know?
2 times 2.
Perfect. This is a 2-row, 2-column array. What is 2 times 2 equal to, Bria?
Yes. You're asking for what the times 2 equals?
Yep.
4.
4. 2 times 2 equals 4. Go ahead and write that equation.
It's like 10 plus 2.
Excuse me? Kinda. 2 groups of 2. Yep. Okay, what's that? We don't need to draw the array because we're going to add on to our array. So now I want you to add on here. What is this equation? Look at your columns and your rows. Columns and rows. Kylie?
4 times 4.
Not a 4 by 4. Hunter?
2 times 4.
2 columns by 4 rows. What is 2 times 4, Hunter?
8.
8. Someone tell me, how does Hunter know what 2 times 4 is? How does Hunter know what 2 times 4 is? Maybe he has it memorized. That's cool. But what if he doesn't have it memorized? How could he figure that out? Billy, what could he do?
He could take 2 groups of 4, and he could count 4 plus 8. 4 plus 4.
Okay, so he could make a repeated addition and do 4 plus 4, because that's 2 groups of 4. I like it. Dorian, what else could he do?
He could count his counters.
He could count the counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could skip count my counters because I'm super good at skip counting by 2s. Hunter, quit making a tower. 2, 4, 6, 8. That would work. 2 times 4 is 8. Yep. What?
Do you have any extra?
In the right spot. So we're adding 2 more rows. What is this equation now? What is this equation now? Thomas, do you think you can name it? Not 12. How many columns do I have?
6.
Okay, so 6 rows. And how many columns? 2. I'm just going to put it in the other order for right now. 2 times 6, which equals?
7.
2 times 6 equals? How many total counters you got there?
12.
12. There we go. I want you to make a 2 by 10 array. 2 by 10. 2 columns, 10 rows. Make a 2 by 10 array. And when you've figured out the product of a 2 by 10, give me a secret sum. But you got to have a 2 by 10 array on your desk.
I have just enough.
Fantastic. Remember, if you don't have enough counters, that's okay. Just imagine that they are there. How many rows you got there? Because that looks like a lot more than 10. Alright, 2 by 10, William. What was the product of 2 by 10?
18.
Not 18. Count your rows one more time. You're really close. Do you have 10 rows?
Yes.
Yes. Do they each have 2 in them?
Yes.
Skip count again. You're super close, William. Barrett, what is 2 by 10? 20. 20. Go ahead and move your counters up away from you in a pile. Move your counters up away from you in a pile. We're put it at the front of your desk, and so your notebook's right in front of you, because we're going to write a little bit before we go back to our counters. What did you start to notice about the relationship of the numbers in the equation? So we had 2 times 2, 2 times 4, 2 times 6. What did you start noticing? When we wrote all of our equations down, what were some things that you noticed? In your notebook, I want you to write, I noticed, ... And then the things that we say, we're going to write underneath. So I should not see anybody playing with counters. Barrett, what did you notice when we were writing those equations?
All the answers to the equations were even.
Oh, so we noticed that all, I'm going to just change your language a little bit, products are answers for multiplication. All products were even. All of those answers were even numbers. That's very interesting. I noticed that too, Barrett. Bria, what did you notice?
While we were doing it, it was kind of like you're 4 8. Kind of like that, like the.
Oh, I know what you're saying. It's like doubles. I love to call my 2's doubles. I think of it that way too, Bria. So what she's saying is like 2 groups of 4 is 4 doubled. 4 plus 4. 2 groups of 10 is 10 doubled. 10 plus 10. So I think of my 2's as doubles. Your title says 2's. I want you to write AKA doubles.
Wait, let's go back to 2.
You're on the 2 page, look. It's your title. AKA your doubles. Because Bria's exactly right. That's how our 2's work. You're just doubling whatever that factor is. Dorian, did you notice something when we were doing this?
I noticed that we were counting by 2.
Yeah, we were skip counting a lot by 2's, which makes sense. Skip counting by 2's. Ashlyn, what did you notice?
In every equation, there's 2's.
Sure, because we're doing it by 2's. That makes sense. Kylie, you noticed that too? Kay, what did you notice?
So I noticed how it says 2 times 2. So, and then see the second 2, and then go down from that is 2, 4, 6, and then instead of doing 8,
Sure, sure. Gio, what did you notice?
we'll keep adding 2's.
Sure, because we're skip counting. We're just adding another group of 2. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get caught up. If you have something else that you notice, go ahead and add it to your notebook. That's fine. Using your red counters, I want you to make a 1 by 6. Using your red counters, I want you to make a 1 by 6. All right, so using our red counters, should look something like this. Alright, now with your yellow counters, you're going to add on to that array and turn this 1 by 6 array into a 2 by 6 array. What do I need to add to make this a 1 by 6 to a 2 by 6? What do I need to add? William?
One more column.
Of how many?
6.
Awesome. So we had a 1 by 6. And now using yellow, I'm going to add on one more column of 6. So yours should look like mine. Yours should look like mine. I want you to draw this array. Don't trace it, but draw it in your notebook. Yep, draw little dots or circles. We're not going to trace our counters, but draw the 1 by 6.
You can do like little circles.
You could do little circles, that would work. Once you've got your array drawn, I want you to circle one group of 6. Yep. I'm going to show you some fancy, math. Does anybody know what those symbols are called? You'll see them sometimes in reading too, but they can be used in math. Does anybody know what these symbols are called? They kind of look like this. They're next to my 1 by 6. Those are called parentheses. Can you say parentheses? I know, it's a gigantic word. Parentheses in math just mean this group goes together, is really all it means. It's like a little hug. This group goes together. So our 1 by 6 that we circled, that goes together. Next to that, I want you to write a plus sign.
Can I write it under it?
No, or rearrange your notebook. I want you to circle the other 1 by 6. So we took one 1 by 6, and then we added another 1 by 6, and we smushed them together.
Plus
1 by 6. Right? We made a red 1 by 6 array, and then we made a yellow 1 by 6 array, and we smushed them together. What was our ending array? What did we end up with? What's the name of the array we ended with? Ashlyn?
the name would mean like the number answer.
I want an equation. The name of the array.
3 groups of 6.
Perfect. 2 groups of 6. Look at that long, fancy equation you just wrote.
We have to do the.
Yep, you have to do the parentheses because that's a group. Our 1 by 6 is a group, and then our other 1 by 6 is a
No, I'm
group.
talking about the 2 times 6.
No, you don't have to.
I just wrote.
You can, Kate, it's not wrong, but no, you don't have to.
I just wrote 2 groups of 6.
That's fine. Isn't that fancy? That makes it look really fancy. You should not be messing with your counters at all. Alright, so what we're going to do is you're going to get a hundreds chart. I know you have seen a hundreds chart before. We've worked with hundreds charts even this year. When you get it, glue it on the next page because you probably don't have room on the page we're working on. And then I want you to get out a yellow crayon. I should not see you messing with counters. Alright, we got our hundreds chart glued in. With our yellow crayon, you need to be thoughtful about this because crayon is not as erasable as pencil. So if you color in the wrong thing, it's going to be hard to fix it. You are going to use your yellow crayon to color in all the products of 2. So what is 2 times 0? Can someone remind me what 2 times 0 is?
0.
0. Do I have 0 on my hundreds chart? No. What about 2 times 1? Raise your hand to tell me 2 times 1. 2 times 1. Thomas? 2. So go ahead with your yellow crayon. Color in 2. What about 2 times 2? What is the product of 2 times 2, Gio? 4. Go ahead and color that in. What about 2 times 3? What is 2 times 3? These are your doubles. 3 2 times. Kylie? 6. Color in 6. Keep going. Doubles, yep. If you know how to skip count by 2s, you could do it that way. Remember, we've talked about how this is like skip counting. You're going to color in all the products of 2. Some of you, I noticed, spotted a little shortcut, which is fine. But let's look back at what we noticed when we did our equations. First thing Barrett noticed were all the products were even. Look at what you colored. Did you color only even numbers? Yes. Crazy town. Let's look at the other thing we noticed. It's doubles and skip counting by 2s. Did you skip count by 2s to figure this out? You could have. That would work. Adding another group of 2. So if I was at 6 and I was stuck, could I count on 2 more?
Yes.
Yes. 6, 7, 8. Color in the 8. 8, 9, 10. I can just add on another group. Alright, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to color. Once you have finished coloring in all the products of 2, I want you to turn to our mini multiplication chart because we're going to fill in our 2s. No, blue better. Alright, looking at our mini multiplication chart. Put your crayons down if you're not done coloring. It's alright. Join us now. Mason, join us now. Billy, join us now. You're looking at your mini multiplication chart. Hey, we have some of our 2s filled out. Put your finger on the top 2 at the top. And then your finger on 0. Over here on the side. What is the product of 2 times 0? Drag your fingers till they meet. What is the product of 2 times 0? Lily Marie, what's the product of 2 times 0? 0. You should have a 0 written there. Alright, put your finger back on 2. And this time on the 1 right here. Drag till they come to the same spot. What is the product of 2 times 1? Mason? What's the product of 2 times 1?
2 groups of 1.
That's the groups of sentence. What's the product, the answer to 2 times 1? You have it in your notebook. 2. And you have that written here. Alright, put your finger on the top 2. And now on the side 2. Go to that empty box. What is the product of 2 times 2? Nick?
2.
Nope. Skip count 2 times. Nick, skip count 2 times. What is this number? Well, we're skip counting by 2, so this is now 2. What comes after 2 when we're skip counting 2? We're skip counting 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Fill that in. What about 2 times 3, Hunter? 6. 2 times 4.
4.
How much you know 2 times 4? Let's skip count. Ready? 2.
4, 6, 8.
What's 2 times 4?
8.
Perfect. 2 times 5, Gio?
10.
10. Aiden, 2 times 6? 12. William, 2 times 7.
14.
Good. Could you just add on another group of 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to start over by skip counting. Hunter, you keep messing with those counters. They're going to be mine. Lainey, 2 times 8. Very good. Billy, 2 times 9.
2 times 9. 18.
Very good. Gio, 2 times 10.
20.
20. Is there anything else we can fill out on our mini multiplication chart? Anything else? I don't think I have anything. Oh, I do have something. Billy, what do you think?
3s?
I can't fill out my 3s. I didn't do my 3s today. Kylie? What else can I fill out?
The top row.
The top row of what?
4.
We didn't do 4s.
The top row of 2.
The top row of 2s. But that's going to be in a different order. Is that okay?
It's perfectly fine.
Why is it okay to rearrange the order of our multiplication equation? What is that called? Spirit? Remember what it's called? All the bonus points go to someone who can figure out what it's called. It's in your notebook. Just sitting there doing nothing. It's not helping you. What is that called? I'll give you a hint. It is called a property. What is it called? Lainey, remember? Commutative property. So now put your finger on the 3 and the 2 over here on the side. 3 and 2. Where they meet. What is 3 times 2? What is 3 times 2? Kylie? 6. What about 4 times 2? Aiden? 4 times 2. No, I didn't. Dorian, 5 times 2.
5 times 2. 5 times 2 equals 10.
Very good. William, 6 times 2. Add on another group of 2. 12. Very good. Mason, 7 times 2. Hmm. 7 times 2. I see Mason using his double strategy. He's counting 7 and then another 7. 14. Okay, Mason, can I show you a little trick? You counted on 7 and then another 7. Do you know the answer to 2 times 7? So if you know what 2 times 7 is, do you also know what 7 times 2 is? Neat. Barrett, 8 times 2. 16. Kylie, 9 times 2. 18. Thomas, 10 times 2. No. 20. There you go. Alright, with your yellow counters, you're going to create a 2 by 2 array. 2 by 2. And then with your red counters, you're going to make another 2 by 2 array. So you're going to have a red 2 by 2 and a yellow 2 by 2. I should see that on your desk. So again, we have a yellow 2 by 2 and a red 2 by 2. Once you've made them with counters, you need to draw them in your notebook. We are not tracing. Okay? So I should see pencils moving because you're drawing them in your notebook. Ashley, what is the name of that yellow array?
Words?
Very good. So I want you to put a little triangle around your drawing and call it a 2 by 2, because that's what it is. You can even put it in those fancy parentheses that we talked about, because it's a group. What about our red array? It's its own little group. What's the name of the red array? Lainey, what's the name of the red array?
A 2 by 2.
A 2 by 2. I want you, with your counters, to smush your arrays together to become a 4 by 2. Nope. So what we're doing is we're smushing those two together to become a 4 by 2. So remember, your notebook should look like my board. Your notebook should look like my board, Billy. You got all that stuff down? Someone remind me, what's the answer to 2 times 2? 2 times 2, what's that answer? Hunter, what's 2 times 2? 4. What's 2 times 2? Not your question. Kylie?
4.
What's 4 plus 4? Not a trick question. Bria? 8. Guess what 4 times 2 is?
8.
Isn't that neat? So what we did is we just used we solved for part of our array, and then the other part of the array, and when we pushed them together, we still just added our parts together. It's like part, whole. Do you remember doing part, whole? Some of you from 2nd grade? That's what we just did. That's the same thing we just did. Alright, turn back to our hundreds chart. This time, I want you to get out a blue crayon. I want you to get out a blue crayon. Yep, your yellow crayon can go away. I just want a blue crayon. Using our blue crayon, we're only going to color in the products of 4. So what is 4 times 1? Everybody. 4. Color at 4. Color in the 4. I know. Color in the 4. Alright, what's 4 times 2? What's 4 times 2? 8. Color in your 8. It is okay that you are coloring on top of another color because that means your products are the same. That's okay. Not my problem. 4 times 3.
12.
You can skip count by 4s, or we can start at 8 and add on one more group. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Color in the 12. Add on another group of 4. What's next? Add on another group of 4. Barrett? 16. Good. Add on another group of 4. What's next, Billy?
24.
No. 20. Add on another group of 4. Ashlyn, what's next?
24.
24. Add on another group of 4. William, what's next?
28.
Good. Lainey, add on another group of 4. What's next?
32.
Very good. Alright, keep going until you've labeled all products of 4. They should start to look a little green because they're mixing with the yellow. Alright, your 100 chart should now look something like this. Some of you might have gotten off along the way. I think most of you did a good job. What did you notice? Look at your 100 chart. What do you see? What did we notice? So next to that page, or on the 4s page, you're going to write, I noticed. What did we notice? Lainey, what was something you noticed? Billy, sit up.
gap between each part. And
Yes. So did we color in every tube?
no.
No, there are still just some yellow ones. But we skipped counted along the way. So we noticed most tubes were colored blue. But not all. They skipped. That's what Lainey was saying. They skipped. Each row skipped one. It went overlap, yellow, overlap, yellow, overlap, yellow. Ashton, what did you notice?
It looks like a checkerboard.
It does kind of look like a checkerboard because we're getting that overlap color and then a yellow and then an overlap color and then a yellow. Gia, what did you notice?
It made a pattern.
It did make a pattern. That's the pattern we're talking about. Hunter, what did you notice? We're writing it either on the fours page or right next to our hundreds chart. Bria?
One after the one that they just kept counting with is the next one.
Okay, so we can add one more group of 4 each time. Fours have their own special name. Kind of like 2s, we call doubles. 4s are the doubles doubled. So 4s are double doubles. So at the top where you wrote 4, we're going to write AKA double doubles. Double doubles. Working on some practice problems. So our first practice problem says Lainey is making cookies and wrapping them in groups of 2. How many cookies will she need to make 8 groups of 2? What am I even counting in this problem? What am I counting? I need to know my unit. What I'm counting. Gia, what are we counting? That's not an item. What item am I counting? Puppies. Notebooks. Mason? Cookies. So underneath, if you need to turn the page or draw a line, we're going to put blank cookies. Whoops. Because that's going to be what we are counting. That's going to be what we are counting. This problem is awesome because it tells us how many groups of we have. So I don't have to write it because I already typed it, but you will need to write 8 groups of 2. 8 groups of 2 is what you also need to write. Barrett's not writing them. I'm going to take it off. Thanks. Billy, is there a reason you're not writing yet? Come on, dude. What does 8 groups of 2 look like as a multiplication equation? What does 8 groups of 2 look like as a multiplication equation? Gio?
8 times 2.
Awesome. Underneath 8 groups of 2, I want you to write 8 times 2. What visual model do you want to use? We really have 2 options at this point. We've only learned circles and dots and an array. Dorian, what you leaning towards?
Circles and dots.
Circles and dots. How many circles am I going to have, Dorian?
8.
8, because those are my groups. Go ahead and draw our 8 circles. Can I only draw 2 circles?
No. Yes. No, because you can put 8.
Alright, so here's the deal. It will not match my problem. Mathematically, that's correct, Kylie. I know exactly what you're saying. You're trying to use the commutative property. But my problem is 8 groups of 2. So I need to make sure my picture matches 8 groups of 2 for right now. Does that make sense? What's going in my circles?
2.
What's going in my circles? William, what's going to go in my circles? Cookies. How many?
2.
2. Could I put dots or could I put the number?
Put the number.
I like the number, but if you like dots, go ahead. 2, 2, 2. From looking at this, I know I'm a pretty good skip counter. So I'm not even going to write another equation. I'm just going to skip count. Ready? Skip count with me. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How many cookies does Lainey need to make those 8 groups of 2? Lily Marie? 16. So up in our box or blank, we're going to put 16 cookies. Any questions about that? Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Nick, you got a question?
Oh.
That was quick. It goes by a lot faster when we know what we're doing, huh? Yeah. All right, let's try one more together, and then I'm going to put you in partners. Mason is arranging his toy cars into 4 rows. There are 3 cars in each row. How many cars are there in all? What am I counting? I need to know what I'm counting before I can start counting random things. What am I counting? Aiden, what am I counting? Cars. So we need blank cars. That's where our answer is going to go. We're just making an answer sentence. Stop messing with her counters. I don't have a helpful groups of sentence, so I need to jump right into my picture. It tells me I have rows and things in rows. Which strategy probably makes sense if I'm talking about rows? Cade? Array. So I'm going to make 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are 3 cars in each row. Don't forget to count the first row. Billy, is there a reason you're not drawing? So I should have a 4 by 3 because I have 4 rows and then 3 cars in each row. What strategy could I use to solve this now? What am I going to use now? I'm not really good at skip counting by 3s, and I'm not very good at skip counting by 4s. Billy, what strategy could I use? I already have a visual model. Why do I need to draw another one? That's what we're doing. Okay, you want to do repeated addition? What are we going to add? Okay, so we have 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals box. Box is just a placeholder. That's fine. And then from here, you want to just start adding what we know? All right. 4 plus 4, Billy, is what? 8. And then we can't forget this guy. So we have 8 plus 4 equals... How many cars did Mason have, Kylie? 12. That goes right back at our answer sentence. Once we get down to picking strategies, circles, dots, arrays, equations, whatever makes your brain happy. So if you don't like arrays, don't do it. Do circles and dots. If you would rather skip count and not write repeated addition, whatever makes your brain happy. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
We've learned several different strategies. You don't have to do them all. Pick what your brain likes. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, so Lily Marie is looking at what we did earlier. She broke this into 2 groups of 3 and 2 groups of 3. So this would be 6 plus 6 are doubled. 6 plus 6 is 12. Is that what you were thinking, Dorian?
No, I was just going to tell you, like, since it's fine and all, you could just, like, put in the line in the middle of that other line, so it looks like a plus.
Sure.
Good with that.
Are we okay with this?
Yes.
Alright, I need to make sure your counters are put away, and you will need a pair of scissors and a glue stick. So we're going to stop here for our lesson.